our two like important big words that we've been working on in math. The two words that, yeah, I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit. Give me one of them though. Well, length is one of the important words, that's right, but that kind of goes with the bigger words that we were talking about. Give me one. One starts with an A, one starts with a P. Royal? Area. What's the other one, Madison? Perimeter. I know that word is really hard to say. Perimeter, that's all I'll say it. Perimeter. I got it. I lost your page though. Sorry. So can someone read the objective here? What is our objective for today? We got circuits. Facts for you.
Solve
Multiplicative
comparison word problem by applying the area and perimeter formula.
Good. So we're just really doing the area and perimeter, but this time we're gonna see the problems in like word problems instead of just seeing find the area of this rectangle or find the perimeter of this rectangle. So let's start with some practice problems here. And my board is not working. Alright, here we go. Multiplying a number by itself. 1 multiplied by itself is what? Noah? 1. 2 multiplied by itself is what? Madison? 4. 3 multiplied by itself. David? 9. 4 multiplied by itself is?
60.
What happened to your hand? 16 is right. 5 multiplied by itself, Zanaya? 25. 6 multiplied by itself. Trying to pick your head up. Royal? 36. 7 multiplied by itself. This one's always weird because it's not an even number. 7 times 7. Alright, let's get count together. 7, what's 7 more?
14.
What's 7 more?
21.
What's 7 more?
28.
What's 7 more?
32.
We're at good 32. We're at 28.
34.
Close.
38.
Don't guess, guys. Count 7 more from 28.
35.
35. What's 7 more from 35? Oh, we count together.
42.
42. What's 7 more from 42?
49.
49. So 7 times 7, or 7 multiplied by itself is
49.
49. 8 times 8, or 8 multiplied by itself.
64.
64. 9 multiplied by itself.
81.
81, good. And then 10 multiplied by itself. Noah? 100. Okay, we want to get these doubles like this. We're gonna skip this one. Alright, quick find the area and perimeter problems. Here we have, so just come in and sit down. We actually don't need anything on our desk at the moment, so if you have a paper or something, you can go ahead and put it in your folder quietly. Thank you. Isaac, look quickly after you put that away. Alright, so who can remind me, what's the area formula? Area formula. Jaylene.
A equals length times width.
Length times width. Thank you. For those that just walked in, we went a little bit over the objective, which is we're continuing to work on perimeter and area, but we're going to see it in word problems. Okay? So we got area equals length times width. What do we usually do when we write the formula after that? We what, Dylan?
plug it in.
Plug it in. So what can I plug into my formula? What do I know about this rectangle? Gabriella? All right, what's my length? 4. The width is, Noah? 3. David, can you shut my door, please? Thank you. What's my area? What's my area? Zanaya?
4.
No.
Oh.
What's my area? Layla?
12.
12. Can you finish it off? 12 what? What's one thing that we have to add in there too?
Square.
Square. Okay, so squared centimeters. Okay, and then let's do the perimeter of this rectangle too. Who remembers one of the perimeter formulas? One of the perimeter formulas. David. So I started it off for you. P equals.
Length plus width.
Yep.
Length
Plus.
width.
Good. Thank you. Length plus width plus length plus width. And if I plug that in, I will have what? Who can just read out what the numbers will look like? Noah.
4 plus 3
Mm-hmm.
plus 4 plus 3.
Yep. All right. Let's do some mental math. 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3. Start with 4 plus 3, right? If you know 4 plus 3, get the sum of those two and then add those two together. Royal.
14.
14. 4 and 3 is 7. 7 and 7, I'm running out of space here, is 14. What's my unit?
Centimeters.
Centimeters. Remember, area you need to add the square, but perimeter you do not add the square. Alright, so I'm going to erase all of this. Let's see if we can find area and perimeter without writing out all of our formulas here. So I have a rectangle that is 6 centimeters wide, 4 centimeters long. What's the area of that rectangle? Dylan. It's okay to think about it before you raise your hand. Put that textbook away. Isaac.
8 equals
So we were. Thanks for telling me the formula. That's right. That is the formula. But I just wanted to see if you can tell me. Is that the door? No. If you can tell me the answer. What is the area? Madison.
24
24 what?
centimeters square.
Good. 24 square centimeters. Because we know if we multiply the length and the width, you're gonna get 24. What about the perimeter? This is more mental math. The perimeter. Remember, perimeter is length plus width plus length plus width. I'm just gonna write it out. Raise your hand if you think you know the answer. Okay. Zanaya. Like what the perimeter is. Put your head up. Come on. Come on. So we got 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4. To 9?
P equals 6.
So we got the formula already. We just wanted to know if you can do it in your head, right? Do the addition in your head. Mental math here. Mariellis? 20 what?
Centimeters.
20 centimeters. Okay, 6 and 4 is 10, right? And another 6 and 4 will be 10, and then 10 and 10 is 20. Let's do one more. What would be the area of this rectangle right here? The area. Noah.
A.
Not the formula, like what is the answer? What is the area? Do I want to help them out? What's the area of this rectangle? Isaac?
4.
4 what?
A equals.
Well, what, 4 what?
4 centimeters.
4
4 centimeters square.
squared. Thank you. 4 centimeters squared. What about the perimeter? What would be the perimeter? Remember, perimeter is all the sides. What's the perimeter of this rectangle here? Zanaya?
2.
Nope, that's just one side. We need all of the sides.
2 plus 2.
Alright, I want the answer though. Okay, I'm glad you're thinking about it, right? On how to get the answer, but I want the answer. Layla.
8.
8. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is what I think you were getting at. 8 what, Layla? Centimeters. Alright. How's these ones different? We have some different problems here. How's it different, Zanaya?
Because in the middle they got 12 square centimeters.
What does that mean? You're right. You pointed out that they have this here. What does that mean? Madison?
That the perimeter, we already had the area.
They gave us the area, right? They didn't say find the area for me. They gave me the area. And what are we going to find? What are we going to find? Gabriella?
The width and the perimeter.
Well, we could find the perimeter, but let's just stick to this, right? This X here tells me that they want me to find that missing side, okay? Which is the width, like you said. In my head, I'm gonna just think to myself, because I know that area is length times width, and I know my area is 12, and I know my length is 2, I need to figure out what could the width be if the area is 12 and the length is 2. What number multiplied by 2 will give me 12? What number multiplied by 2 will give me 12? 2 times what number will give me 12? Sit up, and I don't want to have to tell you again. Put your feet down. Take your hand off your face while you're cheering. Come on, stay with us. I know we're all tired. What number times 2 gives us 12? 2 times what number? 2 times what number? Dylan? 6. 2 times 6 gives us 12. So 6 what is our missing side? 6 what? Centimeters. Does anyone know that side just by looking at it? The area is still 12, but now the length has changed to 4. Royal? 3 centimeters. Good. All right, we're going to get into our lesson now. Starting with our application problem, which I think is on page 9 of your learn book. So take your learn book out. I may have a little wrong with the page. What page is that? That one right there. I might have got it wrong. 7, sorry. 7 is the page. And I think they also give you a nice little picture there to look at. For your alarm book? Did we take them home?
Yes.
All right, hurry up. Yes. Page 7. All right, let's have a reader for the problem. A reader. Go ahead, Omariella.
Tommy's dad is teaching him how to make tables out of tiles. Tommy makes a small table that is 3 feet wide and 4 feet long. How many square foot tiles does he need to cover the top of the table? How many feet of
Decorative.
bordered material
Mm-hmm.
will his dad need to cover the edges of the table?
All right. So, let's first point out some details. What are the details that are going to help us? Actually, let's start with the question. What do we have to figure out? What do we have to figure out here? Are they asking us how much money we got in the bank or something?
No.
What are they asking us to figure out here? Dylan?
How many
Page 7.
of decorative border material will his dad need to cover the edge of the table?
Okay, so that's one of the questions. how many feet of this border material will Dad need to cover the edge of a table? So if you think about it, maybe you can think of your desk as an example, right? If I use a desk as an example, if I use Isaac's desk here, and I wanted to create border or use decorative material, I would be, for the border, I would be talking about all of this here, right? That's the border of his desk, okay? What's the other question that they're asking us to figure out here? Royal?
How many square foot tiles does he need to cover the top of the table?
How many square foot tiles does he need to cover the top of the table? So there are the two questions. So again, using Isaac's desk as an example here, if I'm thinking about square foot tiles for the top of the table, maybe I want to just think of, let's use Miss Edwards' note, little note thing as an example. Let's just imagine this is a square foot tile. I want to know how many of them will cover the surface of the top of his desk. Okay, so putting that into a little context there, you can pull your desk back. Okay, so what do we know about the table? You guys got a nice picture in your books, right? What do we know about the table that he's making? What do we know, Madison?
It's 4 feet long and 3 feet wide.
It's 4 feet long and 3 feet wide. 4 feet long and 3 feet wide. Okay, so let's go ahead and kind of think about this. If they're asking us how many square foot tiles does he need to cover the top of the table, what is that like asking for? Think about the words that we've been learning so far. What is that like asking for? If he's asking how many square foot tiles covers the top of the table. Royal?
The area.
The area, right? Isn't the area the inside of a rectangle?
Yeah.
So they're asking for the area when they ask how many square foot tiles does he need to cover the top of the rectangle. I'm sorry, the table. Thanks for having your attention on the board. And then they say, how many feet of decorative border material does his dad need to cover the edges of the table? So what are they asking for there? What are they asking us to figure out there? Omar Ellis? Perimeter, right? It's the edge, the border. So this is why these word problems are going to help us, because not all the time on like the Terra Nova test or any type of standardized test are they just going to say, what's the area, what's the perimeter? They might put it into like little word problems like this, and you have to figure out like, wait, what are you talking about here? Okay, so if they're talking about the here when they say how many square foot tiles does he need to cover the top of the table, that square foot is a little hint there too as well, right? Don't, when we say area, we say square area or square units, right? So you have to be able to take out the information of a problem like that that's asking for the area perimeter without just saying what's the area and what's the perimeter. So let's start with the first question. How many square foot tiles does he need to cover the top of the table? What am I going to do to figure that out? If we said that here, they're asking for the area of the surface of that table. What am I going to do to figure that out? Come on, guys. What am I going to do? If I know this table is going to be 3 feet wide, 3 feet wide and 4 feet long, what am I going to do to figure that out? Noah?
Plug it in.
Plug what in? Madison?
3 times 4.
Yeah, pretty much do 3 times 4 because we know that our area formula tells us in order to find the area of a rectangle means multiply the length and the width. And like, since we know that this table here is 3 feet wide and 4 feet long, we're gonna do 3 times 4. Okay? Thanks for those who are following me and writing this down as I'm doing it. This is not my work, it's yours. So what's our area? or what's the answer to this first problem? How many square foot tiles does he need to cover the top of the table? How many square foot tiles, Gabriella? Yep, 12 square foot tiles. And I'm just gonna put that, right? 12 square foot tiles. Come on, pick your pencil up. What about the second question? How many feet of decorative border will his dad need to cover the edges of the table? What did we say we're gonna figure that out? What do we say we need to figure out for that problem? Dylan?
The perimeter.
The perimeter, right? If I'm asking for the border of something, I'm looking for the perimeter. Okay, and we know that the perimeter, who can share with me one of the formulas for finding the perimeter of a rectangle? The perimeter of a rectangle. No, help me out. Starting with P equals.
P equals length
Mm-hmm.
plus width plus length plus width.
Good. So we're gonna write down the formula. We're gonna do what after we write it down? After we have our formula, we need to do what, Zanaya?
Plug it in.
Plug it in and let's see. Do we know the length?
Yeah.
It's what, Gabriella? 4. What's the width? David, what's the width? 3. And then I'm gonna do plus 4 plus 3. I'll let you guys do some mental math there. 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3. Go ahead. A equals. Isaac?
14.
Do we agree?
Yes.
14? Alright, this is ironically one of the problems we just did. Right? 7 and 7 is 14. 14 what, Isaac?
14 feet.
14 feet. Make sure you have it down. Alright, who can restate this first problem for me in an answer? How many square foot tiles does he need to cover the top of the table? Because remember, we have to do RDW, which is redraw right. We didn't have to do the draw, actually, they drew it for us. But we need to write our answer. How would we answer that, Gabriella? I'm gonna erase this side because we should have it by now. I'll repeat the question. It says, how many square foot tiles does he need to cover the top of the table?
He needs 12 square foot tiles to cover the top of the table.
Good. This is going on the lines at the bottom. Come on. He needs 12 square foot tiles to cover the top of the table. I'm just going to say to cover the table. Because I'm running out of space up here. Alright, I want you to talk to the person next to you on how we're going to answer this second question in words. It says, how many feet of decorative border will his dad need to cover the edges of the table? Lily, you can talk with them.
14 1 foot tiles
Or you two. Okay.
you need 14. So if The perimeter is 14 that, and it's 14 1-foot square tiles. That means that if you have 14-foot square tiles, it will cover the perimeter.
So, Dad,
Alright, Zip. What's the, alright, let's hear it. Let's hear some answers that we wrote out in words for the second problem. The question was, how many feet of decorative border material will his dad need to cover the edges of the table? Go ahead, Dylan.
Never mind. So there are 14, you need 14 1-square-foot tiles to cover the border.
So square foot would be area, right? We don't really use square foot to talk about the perimeter, the edges. So can you restate that without saying square foot? You just need to say feet, right?
He needs 14 foot tiles.
Feet
tiles to cover the perimeter.
So I'm gonna take out the word tiles, right? Because tiles was for the first one, right? So he needs, I just put feet. What am I doing? He needs 14 feet of the decorative border, right? 14 feet of decorative border. We can leave it as that. We don't have to write an extremely long sentence here. Okay, so he needs 14 feet of decorative border. Let me check the time here. All right, if you're done, show me you're done by flipping the page over. Take 10 more seconds and we're gonna move on. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, flip over the page. Alright, so you're gonna use this page right here on the side that has like this blank area to work with me, not this side, okay? So we have some problems here in word form, right? It's not just saying find the area, find the perimeter. It might be in a little bit of different form. Don't write in anything either. And also don't start writing in the middle of the page. If you start writing in the middle of the page, you're not gonna have room once we keep going. Can someone read the problem that's on the board, please? Sanaya.
A range is
A rectangle.
A rectangle is 1 inch wide. It is 3 times as long as it is wide. Use square tiles to find its length.
Okay. All right, thank you. So, you see how I started with a little small rectangle here? Can you guys go ahead and draw one little small rectangle at the top left-hand corner? Again, don't start writing in the middle of your page because then you're not gonna have room. So what can I already label on this rectangle here? What can I label based on the details that I have here? Gabriella? Yeah, I know that the width is 1 inch. Okay, so I'm just gonna add 1. I'm gonna put it on this side here. Okay, 1 inch. Thanks for following along with me, Marielis. What do I know about the length? What do I know about the length of the rectangle? What does it say about the length, Dylan?
That it is 3 times as long as it's wide.
3 times as long as it is wide. Okay? So 1 time as long as it is wide would be just 1 inch. Right? And I'm going to add to the picture. So as I'm adding, I want you to add. 2 times as long as it is wide would be another 1 inch. Right? And then 3 times as long as it is wide would be another 1 inch. So in total, how long is my rectangle here? What is the length of my rectangle? Dylan?
3 inches.
3 inches. 3 inches is 3 times as much as 1 inch. Right? What's 1 times 3? Say it.
3.
What's 1 times 3?
3.
I heard 3, 2, and 1. I was a little concerned there. Okay? So, what's the length of our rectangle here? 3. Okay? So that's the only thing that this was asking us to find, the length. Okay? Use square tiles to find the length. So that's a little tricky because it's like we've been drawing rectangles without all these extra lines here. They just want us to represent that 3 times as many here. Okay, let's do another problem like this. Do we need a couple more seconds to get this down? Come on. Alright, if you still need it, look at a partner. Can I have someone read this one? Go ahead, Mario.
B.
So we're on the board. It's not in your book.
A rectangle is 2 meters wide. It is 3 times as long as it is wide. Draw to find its length.
Okay. So I'm going to start with just a rectangle that is 2 meters wide. 2 meters. Follow me. So go underneath for the last problem. I'm starting with a rectangle that is 2 meters wide. 2 meters. Go put some water on your face. So don't connect the pictures. Just right underneath. Give yourself some space.
Okay.
What do we know about how long the rectangle will be? What information does they give us about the length? We know that the rectangle is 2 meters wide. What's the information that they give us about the length or how long it is? What's the information that they give us about how long the rectangle is? Noah. It is 3 times as long as it is wide. So let's start with, if it's 1 time as long as it is wide, it's just another 2 meters, right? Show me what it would look like if it was 2 times as long as it is wide. 2 times as long as it is wide. Good, I see good things. All right, I see a lot of people just adding another 2 meters to the length, right? 2 times as long as it is wide would be 4 meters. Go ahead and show me what it would look like if it was 3 times as long as it is wide. 3 times as long as it is wide. Good job, good job. Drink some water. So how long is our rectangle? How long is our rectangle if it is 3 times as long as it is wide and it is 2 meters wide? Madison?
6 meters.
It is 6 meters. All right. You guys are moving through that quick. All right. I think this is stopping time. All right. So what we're going to do is, because we only got through problems 1 and 2, you're going to do problems 1A. I want you to circle it. 1A and 1B. 1A and 1B. Yes? Can you go? Sounds like mine's still wording it. Can you wait a second? Okay. 1A and 1B. Yes.
I didn't do this.
Someone had this in your book? Did you do this? No? Oh, wow. Thanks for being honest.
I did not do none of this.
Alright, I think this may